Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. Yesterday we looked at how uh, David was preparing for the temple that his son Solomon would build. And he definitely was preparing it to be a wonderful and glorious structure. However, the intention was not that it would just be some structure that would stand there and look pretty, but that there would be a lot of activity going on at the temple with the priests and with the Levites all being engaged in various activities, with the people coming and bringing their sacrifices. There would be a lot of activity going on there at the temple. And today we continue that as we see how David portioned out the various duties to the Levites. We see musicians, we see gatekeepers, we see those who keep the treasury. We even see people who would minister on the other side of the Jordan. Just everyone had a task that was assigned to them. And a lot of these were assigned by casting lots. But nonetheless, and of course, they were all also arranged according to families. But everyone knew what their role was. Whenever they came to the temple, they knew what they were supposed to do, what their task was. Imagine the chaos if all the Levites would show up at the temple and not knowing what they were going to do, not knowing what their tasks were, but kind of just looking around it or looking around at one another, wondering who was going to do what, and all the delay that would cause. It would have just been very inefficient and not very useful. But when people show up and they know their task, they know their duty, they know what they've been told to do, then they can get right to work, and the temple can or the work at the temple can carry on quite smoothly. I'd say the same thing is true with the church. We're told in 1 Corinthians chapter 3 that the church is a temple of the living God. And we see that in the temple, there are people who have various gifts and various abilities and various callings, and everyone has something to offer when it comes to God's kingdom. And it's important that we know what our task is. I think that a lot of times believers aren't very active in the kingdom because they don't know what to do. They don't know what tasks they are to be about. And therefore, they kind of just kind of look around, and time passes by and not much gets accomplished because they don't know exactly what to do. And this shows the importance of knowing what it is that we are to do individually as believers, knowing what our assignments are, or we could say what our callings are, as is put oftentimes. But nonetheless, to know exactly what we should be about. And one of the best ways we can do this, of course, is praying to God and praying to the Lord that he would show us what task he would have us be engaged in, but also looking around at the needs that are around us and seeing what needs there are out there. If there's anything that's missing, whether with the church or in the community, some need that's out there that we can fulfill, that we're well and able to fulfill. We can do it by looking within ourselves to see, what are the things that really tug on my heart? What are some things that make me joyful? What are some things that make me sad? What are some things that really move me? It might be that those things move us so much because those are the things that we should be actively engaged in. And there's various ways of seeing how it is that we might find the tasks that we are, or that the Lord would have us to do. But the main thing is that we go to the Lord in prayer. We keep our eyes open, looking for opportunities. We are sensitive to the guidance that God has given us from within and what we should do. And in the end, that we would be busy doing the work of the Lord, whether it's something within the church or something indirectly involving the church, something outside of the church, maybe taking care of elderly people, or maybe taking care of disadvantaged children, or working in hospitals or something like that. Just because it's not directly involved in the church doesn't mean that it's not the work of the kingdom. All the good works that we do glorify our Father in heaven. and are looked on favorably by the Lord. So we can be engaged in these various things and see what these things are that we should be engaged in, and then go out, roll up our sleeves, and get busy. And it would cause us to then not be wandering around or be uncertain about what we should be doing, but we would know what we're doing. We know what our tasks are. We roll up our sleeves and we get to work. And hopefully we'll be able to do that as we seek the Lord, as we look at what He's doing in our lives, as we look within and things that move us. We can have a pretty good idea of what it is that we should be doing. And we should, of course, we could also add that, having a submissive heart also is very important for this. Otherwise, we might be seeing what the Lord is directing us to do, but because we're not submitting to that, we won't be actually led to do that. And so the main thing is that we're just seeking the Lord's will, seeking what He wants us to do, asking Him to make it plain to us what we should be doing, and then going out and engaging in the work. And hopefully today's reading will encourage us to do that. And with that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.